The lights are off and away they go.
Extremely loose. He's managed to hold on. I think
He missed the complete that. He's crazy stuff.
Side Freitas is on the grass on the infield floor. He slides through. He tags Richard.
This is the time of the year when the smell of Sunoco racing fuel and burning Hoosier tire rubber fill the air. Speed weeks begin and we find ourselves thrust into another season of racing. Daytona looms large in the distance, but tonight we get back to Saturday night short track racing in America on iRacing Live and the Global Sim Racing channel. Tonight, the Bootleg Racing League Outlaw Modified Series brings you round 5 with the Outlaw 100 from Pensacola, Florida at Five Flag Speedway. Welcome home, everyone. I'm Sean Ambrose, and with me tonight, as always, Mr. James Skrahula in the control room, twisting and tweaking the dials, the great Joe Peak. Our camera angles, as always, are brought to you by the one, the only Dougie Beard. James, here we are, baby. Pensacola, Florida on a Saturday night. No place to go but right here. Turn left, do it really fast at this track, Five Flag Speedway. Tell us all about it, buddy.
Well, Sean, most famously known as the home of the Snowball Derby, but that's not going to be the case tonight because my ice cream is melting here. It is a clear 79 degrees out here, and we're going to have that same track temp as well. So we're getting a little warm down here in Florida at one of the greatest short tracks in the country. So a couple things we're going to be dealing with tonight is 100 laps around this half-mile track with 15 degrees, and we're going to see if we get that outside groove going out here tonight, Sean.
Man, can't wait to get this one on. This is going to be a good one. Been a couple of races already tonight. Matt Hoos been driving in both of those. Going to bring him down real quick. Matt Hoos is taking a moment, taking a break from practice here to talk to us. Matt, how you feeling on this Saturday night, sir?
Oh, personally, I'm feeling good. Good to be here with you guys. Not feeling real confident of this track, but try to make the best of it.
Well, the Red Zale number 21 been a tough car to beat this season. You could certainly use another win in this. As we hit basically the turn right here of the season. A third win would be sweet here, and I know you've got Brian Neff right there over your shoulder, only a point behind. The pressure's got to be on a little bit tonight, isn't it?
It is, but we still have half a season to go. So just the goal tonight is just to try to stay right around Neff. If he finishes a spot in front of me or behind me, just take it as it goes. But just try to stay right with him so he can't get a big couple points ahead of me or whatever.
So with what you've seen already here tonight in the trucks and the super late, how much of an issue do you think these tires are going to be?
Well, unfortunately, I missed the truck race tonight. But the late model race, they appear to fall off quite decent. It's pretty easy to overdrive on entry. So it don't take much to get that right front hot, and then be the opposite on the exit. If you screw up your entry, then you're going to screw up the exit. So your right rear is going to get hot. So it's all about being smooth and running that good line, and whoever can do that the best, I think, is going to be the front.
Well, Matt, we hope it's you, buddy. We hope to get a chance to talk to you again before this night is over. Have a great run there in the Red Zale, number 21. We'll talk to you on the other side, my friend.
Yep, give it our best shot. Hope to talk to you guys later.
All right. That was Matt Hoos, driver number 21 there, Red Zale, SK Modified. He'll be a contender tonight. I know he sounded a little down on himself here for this track, but Matt Hoos is up there every week. I don't think tonight will be any different, James. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at the points and see where we're at there? Matt Hoos, there he is atop the points lead, 51. But Brian Neff right there looking for his first win of the season. Could it be tonight? He's already wrapped up 2 tonight, the trucks and the super late model. Donnie Moore sitting there in third. He's fallen off a bit. He had not a top 5 finish last week, so he took a little bit of a hit in the points, and now he's got some work to do to catch those guys. Ryan Edwards-Kiss with his big win last week moves up in the points and now is knocking on the door of Donnie Moore, and so is Ryan Nuss. There's your top 5. Ryan Nuss, Ryan Edwards-Kiss, the Ryans. They're tied for 4th and 5th. So lots going on there. As I said last week, Brian Neff had a strong run there, and James, he finished second. Ryan Edwards-Kiss picks up that first place finish. This points championship is really tightening up.
Yeah, exactly. And even though that Brian Neff has not gotten a win so far this season, he is definitely sneaking up there. And again, he's been on it here at the Five Flags Speedway here tonight, taking home 2 wins already tonight. He knows how to conserve those tires and make it happen. And even though Matt Hoos was down on himself here about this race, you don't get into the points lead without being at least a little bit good out there. So I think that it's going to be interesting tonight. It gives Donnie Moore and Ryan Edwards-Kiss, though, a chance to possibly get back up there and get back into this points battle before they slip too much further down.
All right, so let's talk to the viewers here at iRacing Live. Let them know here a little bit about the series. The grid is inverted from top 10 in the previous race. So that means our winner from last week, Brian Edwards-Kiss, he'll get to start in 10th tonight. And the transfer, that'll be Ernie Brown up to the pole this evening. And this is a fixed setup here in the Outlaw Racing League. In the SK Modifieds, we are fixed 17.7 gallons of fuel. Tonight, we will be starting single file. Previously, we had been starting double file. We've gone to single file restarts, lap cars at the back. I'm going to try a little something new tonight, see how it works out on these restarts. The wait by rule is in effect and is controlled by the admins. First car lap more down. It did not cost the caution, gets a free pass. No tire changes. Car goes up on the jack, then you continue racing. You'll get a stop and go penalty in your next race. And as we've seen in these short track races, stop and go penalties are hard to make up. So one fast repair, no tires again, and we'll start off with we started off in practice with 85% track state, 95% track state for the race. James, lots of things going on here this season. Tires tonight. It's going to be huge.
Oh yeah, a lot of different things that have been affecting the races here this season as well. Those marbles have been getting people, and then also those 25 extra laps. Tires are even more important than they have been, and even compared to last season out here, and even more so here at Five Flags Speedway tonight. These cars, they don't have the drop-off that you'll see in these other cars, but here at Five Flags, they are chewing up tires. So that's going to be very important to see the person who's going to be able to not really have the speed tonight, but who's able to conserve their car and make it count there towards the end.
All right, so we got Jacob Williams in the field tonight. He's going to be new. And Rich Blake made it back this week. He had his first start last week. So we got a couple of new guys in the field tonight. We're going to be starting single file, so I think the restarts, whereas they'll be different than what we've seen here this season so far, I still think they're going to hold as much importance as they have in every race this season. Nobody's serving any penalties tonight. We talked about it briefly a moment ago. They all ran, not everybody, as Matt said he wasn't able to make the truck race, but We did earlier this evening have the Whiskey Run Truck Series ran first 50 laps here tonight at Five Flags Speedway. Brian Neff was your winner. Donnie Moore, second place. And Randy McCanny finished third tonight in the trucks. And then right after that, the Crooked Still late models ran. And, well, guess what? Brian Neff won that race too. Jacob Williams comes home second. And Matt Hoos there in third. All three of those guys are contending for a championship here in the SK Modifieds. And we get a chance to see him put on another show here tonight. And this is always the big one. This is the crown jewel of the evening, James.
And it's always normally the most entertaining of the evening, too, as well. These modified, especially a lot of these tracks that these guys run at, they put on a great show. They don't mind getting up there and putting a little chrome horn to the person in front of them. We saw Brian Neff use a lot of that last week as well. And that's going to definitely make it entertaining here at Five Flags as well. I don't think that these guys are really going to be shy about that, even though that this is one of the faster tracks out here on this 2016 Season 1.
Well, I'll talk about Ernie Brown for just a second. Ernie going to get a chance to start up on the pole this evening. And, Ernie's had some bad luck this season. He's not in the top 10 in points right now. He's just outside of there. Tell you what, with a good starting position tonight, single file restarts, you never know. I mean, Ernie's certainly capable of going wire to wire. Been a winner in previous seasons and certainly would love to get one tonight. Ernie not doing too bad in practice right now. He's only a 10th off of our leaders. So Tim Knott sitting on the top of the board right now, having a really nice practice session with a 16-121 half-mile track, James. That is just flying, man. These cars hitting about almost 120 miles an hour into the turns before they have to kind of get on the binders, slow things up, and try and that clean entry that Matt Hoos talked about that's really hard to get because, listen, when you're driving hard and everybody's packed up real close, it's really easy to overdrive the car, any car, but especially this SK Modified with just so much power, it's hard to avoid.
Oh, absolutely, and especially with the momentum track here, like the Five Flags Speedway, you don't slow down as much in these corners. They're very wide, long, sweeping corners as well. So while you might not have as much top-end speed with these short straightaways, you definitely carry a lot of speed through these corners, and so that's going to present a new challenge to a lot of these guys, where it's drag race down the front straight and slam on those brakes to make that turn. This one's going to be a little bit more about finesse and keeping that momentum up. And another thing, too, about this track here in the iRacing server, it's pretty dark on that backstretch. So there will be visibility issues out here tonight. As far as our cameras and everything show, you're going to be able to see the cars pretty well. But it's and you can actually still see it a decent amount, too. You see all the light there on the front stretch, but down there around turn 2, it gets a little bit darker, and that makes an effect in the car as well, as far as what you can see. Something a lot of people complain about here at this racetrack.
I think it was Vern Bradley I was talking to earlier who said that they were getting a couple of flashlights for the roof of the car there, and they were going to mount those and help find their way around. Yeah, the lighting here is a bit of an issue. There are a couple of spots that are just really dark, and with things happening in front of you so quickly, and if you've got that smoke turned up on your sim, then that could really present an issue. It's hard to see, but guess what, James? The grid is up. We are ready to go. Let's get it out there, buddy.
That's
Here
right.
we go.
have. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, James. Here we go. Ernie Brown, the number 8 Krankenstein racing machine, is on the pole. Rich Blake out there in second. He'll start outside of number 62. John Holcomb in the number 69 will start third. Just outside of him in the number 26, Donnie Moore will start fourth. Ryan Nuss inside third row, the number 13. And Joe Marks will start sixth place on the outside of the third row, James.
And Lowell Jewell in that 55 will be starting in 7th place. A great run for him last week. Finally got a good finish after all the strong runs that he's had this season. Matt Hoos in the 21. He will be starting in 8th. Right behind him, Brian Neff in 9th. Won the 2 previous races here earlier tonight. Definitely keep an eye out for that number 60 car. Ryan Edwards-Kiss, last week's winner, will be starting in 20th. Lucas Stinziano in the 57 will be starting in 11th. And Chris Wolfson will be starting 12th, Sean.
And there's Vern Bradley with that flashlight mounted on top there. At least I think I see it. He'll start 13th. Ralph Connor, 14th. Brad Spidle, 15th. Tim Knott, 16th. Chris Hensley, 17th. And Jacob Williams joining the field tonight, starting 18th. 18 SK Modified strong tonight, James. One more lap around, and we are ready to go, buddy.
You know, Sean, I'm going to agree with you. I think that number 8 Frankenstein machine, I think that Ernie Brown, he's due for a good race here. And starting on point tonight, I think this is a great excuse as any to come out with a great showing tonight. So I'd say look for that number 8 car to be up there towards the front and in contention.
Maybe Jacob Williams could get something done all the way back there in 18th. Going to have a lot of work to do, but got 100 laps to do it. The Ford Mustang pace car is off in the Outlaw 100 at Five Flags Speedway. And here we go. The race has started. Ernie Brown jumping out to a nice run there, down into 1, all alone.
Oh, contact already. Matt Hoos is around. Oh, contact with...
Oh.
Oh, that's a 63. Christopher Hensley gets into him a little bit. Not hard contact, though, but we'll see if it's enough.
Yeah, we're going to pull that up on the replay now and take a look at the action. Following Matt Hoos. That's the Reds Ale number 21 machine there on the outside. Yeah, Matt comes down right there. Ryan Edwards-Kiss just below. Spins to the inside there, and that was Hensley trying to avoid it and winds up just turning the wrong, taking a left instead of a right. Looking out, Ryan Edwards-Kiss right here. We'll see.
Yeah, this will
Probably
give us a good view of exactly what happened.
Yeah, just, boy, that's unfortunate for that to happen so early. But that does bring out our first caution flag. Lap number 3. Long way to go. But we're going to get to see this first single file restart here, Season 1, 2016. Everybody will remain on the lead lap. No wave bys this time. Matt Hoos comes on, lets everybody know. Ernie Brown will still be your leader. John Holcomb made his way up from 3rd to 2nd. Richard Blake hanging on to 3rd place now. Donnie Moore in 4th, and Ryan Nuss rounds out your top 5. So the top 5 is still in place, James.
Yeah, and so this will also be interesting too. Our first single file restart here, and I believe that the pace card lights went off that time. Normally we judge it here based off of when they start going up double file, so we'll have to be a little more Johnny on the spot for that one tonight, but the pace card lights are off, so we will be going back for our first single file restart. And pretty much what that's going to do, Sean, is just going to allow these guys to get a little bit more spread out, so we can hopefully not have everyone so bunched up and cluttered here on these restarts.
Well, they had the accordion out in the last race. I hope they don't have it out this time. Here we go. Ernie Brown off the turn. Green flag. He's back out to a good lead. Gets a nice jump. Everybody doing a pretty good job there. Not bad on that restart so far, James. Coming clean out of 2 down the back stretch. Ernie Brown talking about clean. Really enjoying that clean air. He's opening it up right now. Good job by Ernie Brown. Great way to restart the race. Pretty good behavior throughout the field, though, right now.
Yeah, I think these guys are just kind of filling out. We do have a different track state than what they've been practicing on. A little bit more rubber laid down on the racetrack. So I think these guys are just kind of filling out the cars right now, trying to figure out which lines are the ones that they need to run. And then, we see a little bit of a connection issue there with the 60. But he's going to make a pass there on number 55 of Lowell Jewell. Lowell Jewell's going to slot in there behind him. A nice, clean, easy pass there by the 60. But I think these guys are just kind of hunting around and trying to find a good line and see what's going to work for them later on in the race.
Looks like Lowell Jewell under attack right there a little bit. Brian Edwards Kiss also under attack. You got Lucas Tiziano on outside of him. Lucas up top in the marbles right now. Really got to be careful. Lots of cars passing
way
him.
Up high.
Yeah, Brad Speidel gets under him there. Vern Bradley. Brian Edwards Kiss now working on Lowell Jewell just up ahead. That's going to be a battle for position here in just a moment.
Yeah, and I'm watching number 60 of Brian Neff. He's already caught up to the 3 of Joe Marks. I think he's going to try and make quick work of him. Too, that 60 car seems to really be getting around this track tonight. Brian Neff, I think he might like this track here, Sean.
I think so. He's already proven it a couple times tonight. He also won in the late model last Tuesday night. So Neff, definitely the hot shoe here, having a pretty good run so far. That battle there is still heating up between, we've got a caution flag out. It must be at the back of the field. I don't see it anywhere else, James. Yeah, it looks like Stiziano might have blown a motor. I'm seeing lots of smoke. Something happened. Trying to pick it up on the replay. Looking at Stiziano there. He's through the turn. Everything's good so far. Oh, a tank slapper. And catches the inside wall there hard on head-on shot. He's going to have to get in and get that quick repair.
Yeah, that's you don't want to use that this early on in the race, but when you have a contact like that, you don't have a choice. You're going to have to head in.
Yeah, definitely. That was a hard shot. And that's going to settle the field down once again. Lap 15 on the board. Not a bad start to the race so far. That nobody else got tangled up in that. It was Lucas by himself and didn't collect anybody, so that's okay. Tough break for him, but he's going to have a chance to get back into this thing and get back on the lead lap here. Now, I am showing Christopher Hensley has fallen a lap down. Not sure what the situation is with him. He is on track, but as he is a lap down, he will be in line to get that lap back here, James.
Yeah, so we'll see that 63 join us back here on the lead lap. And so we'll still have all 18 cars here in the lead lap. I think that Lucas Stinziano, I believe that he will be getting staying on the lead lap here after that fast repair. So everyone here is still in contention.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Hensley was involved in that first wreck, and I'm not sure if he didn't get some needed repair or he tried to save his fast repair. Not exactly sure what's going on there, but that's all right. We're about to get back underway here. James, here's the wave around. Hensley getting it now. He's got a boogie.
Good thing that pace car there is invisible in the game, so there's no contact there. Not really important to the race. I just always find that really funny, just driving through the pace car.
It's caught me off guard a couple times and actually caused an adverse reaction.
Yeah, there's nothing scarier when you think that that's a normal car and, it's just a pace car. It drove right through me.
Well,
you iRacers out there will understand that. We'll get back to the race here. We are going back green this time.
Yes, and the lights are out on that proverbial race car there. Pace car. Getting ready, the Ford Mustang getting ready to pull in. Ernie Brown's still your leader. He's getting right up on that pace car. Going to pace this field around. John Holcomb right behind him. Ernie just settling in, and there he goes. He waited right until that green dropped and got off to a really, really good shot there. And gets all the way out there by himself. Everybody else in line. Single file restart. Not a bad start to this race. And not a bad race altogether so far. We've seen some pretty good speed out of these SK Modifieds, James.
Oh, here goes the 60. Brian Neff's going to make that go low on the number 3 here, and I think he's going to make that pass as he's going to pull it off here going down turn 2. 60 car. up to 6th place.
Oh, and Joe Marks up into the turn, into the marbles. Might have gotten just a little bit of tire on that concrete, but he is stuck up in that top groove and has no place to go, James.
No, and he's going to have to take a lap or two to get those marbles off of his tires as well. When you get up there, especially with the amount of marbles that they have up there, again, with the darkness of the racetrack, it's really hard to see, but there's a lot of them up there. Oh, the 3's around! Oh, big contact. A lot of guys coming in there
Tim
late.
Knott got collected in that. Oh, geez. Chris Wolfson in that. Boy, that was brutal. Let's pull it up on the replay here. Take a look. Riding on board with Joe Marks. Here we are on the chopper cam. Joe Marks up top there. Again, had no place to go. Brad Speidel just below. Oh, it looks like Speidel got just a little bit of the left rear. Cars a little bit too close together. Speidel spins around. Chris Wilson runs into them there. Tim Knott caught up top. Donnie Moore in there. Oh, man. Stinziano gets just a piece there at the end. That involved just about half the field there, James.
Yeah, that was a big wreck, and the smoke that you see on your screen is not anything compared to what these drivers see in the cars. It is a lot thicker, as well as we're going to go on board, so we'll get a good chance to see here. But also in that dark part of the racetrack, it's hard to see with all that smoke to where the cars are going to be going, and I think some guys just picked wrong there, and then the whole track was blocked at that point.
Oh,
yeah, everyone
Jacob
going
Williams.
high, man.
Jacob Williams just really, I don't know if he had started to slow down or what, but it didn't slow down enough, and he just ran right into the back of them, destroyed his car. So we're going to have a lot of cars in to get that fast repair here, using it with just 25 laps in the books. Still plenty of racing to go.
Yeah, and again, Sean, with this being a momentum racetrack, you're carrying a lot of speed into these corners, so it's hard to get woed down, and especially if you pick that line wrong and the cars head up into that track, there's just not a whole lot you can do. Not really any negligence or ARCA brakes on any of these drivers out here. I just think it's just a characteristic of the racetrack of just not being able to slow down quick enough.
So the top 5 have done a really, really good job of keeping things intact. Ernie Brown still leading the race. John Holcomb still in second. Richard Blake sitting there in third. Donnie Moore in fourth. Holding on. Ryan Nuss holding on. But here's the big mover. Brian Neff up from 9th. Now in 6th place. Just methodically continuing to attack. Lowell Jewell, real stable so far, but he's got Ryan Edwards-Kiss, who's made his way up to him now. Vern Bradley hanging in there. He's made up a couple of spots. So the race is on. Okay, lots of worthy competitors left in this race. And everybody, I think, at this point that got involved in that last incident has probably gotten that fast repair. They're going to be fast again and ready to go. So watch out as we get ready to restart. The lights on the pace car are out, James. And it is time to go, baby. Ernie Brown is getting them ready. He's right on the bumper of that pace car once again. And the pace car is off. The Outlaw 100 is about to get back underway. With your leader, Ernie Brown, he's on it. Back across the start-finish line. Still the leader of this race. Led every lap so far, all 28 of them. Ernie Brown getting away really nice to restart. Everybody else falling into line. Ryan Edwards-Kiss looking to make a peeking on the inside there, Lowell Jewell, but couldn't pull it off. Lowell snaps back to form and closes the door on Ryan Edwards-Kiss.
Yeah, and it was another really late restart there by Ernie Brown, and that really accordioned the field behind. They were ready to go, and he was not ready to let them loose yet. And so we saw a lot of contact. Oh, as we see the 60 peeking down low. Ryan Nuss is going to shut the door on him. That 60 is going to stay back there in 6th place for now. As now Ryan Nuss is going to be right there on the back bumper of the 26 of Donnie Moore. And as Donnie Moore is trying to get underneath the 62 of Richard Blake. Richard Blake has been having a great race so far, starting up there in 2nd and still up there in 3rd as we speak.
I think Neff is starting to have a couple of those connection issues again. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Hopefully it doesn't affect him too much tonight. But that is a battle with some familiar faces right there. Donnie Moore Brian Neff, Ryan Nuss, all tangled up together, looking to get up into the
Ryan
top
Nuss,
3.
he's going. Let's see if he can sneak down underneath Donnie Moore. Oh, this is tight.
Oh, pushing the issue for sure. And that allows Lowell Jewell to sneak back up into the picture. He's coming. This is a battle.
Yeah, everyone there behind the number 62, Richard Blake. It is a train right now, and oh wow, this is that. How long is that line of cars there, Sean? I believe it goes all the way back there to 12th.
Mercy sakes, we got us a convoy. Donnie looking out the back window at Donnie Moore here. He's got Ryan Nuss all over him. Donnie's got to keep it down there inside. He does not want to open the door. If he does, that's going to be trouble. Great action shot coming to you here on the Global Sim Racing Channel. What a race and a battle. Lowell Jewell kind of looking to the inside there for just a second. He thought better of it, backed out just a bit, letting Brian Neff just take that away. Up front, Ernie Brown, not all by himself. He does have the clean air, but John Holcomb is coming.
Oh yeah, and you might see this train of cars behind that 62 and go, oh, he's slowing up. Well, they're running down the leaders right now, and so now this is going to go from first all the way back to 13th right now. Oh, contact! Oh, right up front, a lot of cars involved. 60 of Brian Ness involved. Ryan Edwards Kiss is involved.
Yeah, and the door opened up a little bit there, and well, he tried to put it in, and it just, there wasn't enough of an opening there to fit the shoe in. And we had a little bit of contact. Car goes around. We're here on the replay now. Oh, yeah, the shoe didn't fit. Oh, man, that's unfortunate.
Not only did the shoe
Everybody
not
gets
fit, I
collected in
believe
that.
that glass slipper just broke under the weight of that move right there. A lot of cars involved as well, as Donnie Moore and number 62 of our new guy, Richard Blake, make contact there, and then the track just disappears.
Well, that is, we're going to ride on board with Donnie Moore. I'm sorry, with Brian Neff. Got the crash impact machine in front of him there. Tron Nuss. And this is where it happens. See Rich go around and, oh, Neff just nowhere to go. Nowhere to go at all. So he's going to need that quick repair for sure. Can't imagine the car handling too well after that hit.
No, and he wasn't the only one that took a hard hit, and so now I think that we have had over half the field have to come in and take their fast repair between this one and the last caution. And by the way, folks, this is not the Sprint Unlimited, but we did have two big ones out here so far here tonight. Again, a short track, but with a lot of momentum. And as close as these guys are running out here, I mean, nowhere to go when you're going that fast.
Yeah, this is a pretty wide track, but it all comes down to reaction time. And man, I don't care how good your reaction time is, but when you when it just happens right in front of you, there's just no time to react and no place to go, and that's what happens. That's why that's why we call them the big ones, because nobody has time to react to it, and unfortunately, a lot of cars get collected. But I got to tell you, that changes the look of this race. All of a sudden, the top 5 is shaken up, and the top 10 is even shaken up. Ernie Brown still your leader. John Holcomb hanging on to second. Ryan Nuss has moved up to third. Lowell Jewell up to fourth. Vern Bradley up to fifth. Hoos is in the hunt in sixth. Chris Hensley in seventh. Jacob Williams all the way up to eighth. Chris Wilson in ninth, and Tim Knott up to 10th. So some of those guys that started the back have started to find their way into the top 10. This is a new race as we get close to the halfway point.
And there
the
goes
Ford
the pace
Mustang
car.
pace car is off, and we are back to racing. Ernie Brown gets on it now, and there he goes.
Lowell
Again,
Jewell's going to
kinda-
make a good move here. Oh, is he going to shut the door? Ryan
he
Nuss
did.
shuts the door on him. Man, that was tight. I don't know if I would have made that move. That was real gutsy.
Lowell really, he was the better part of valor there. He kind of backed out and didn't push the issue. He certainly could have, but it probably would have resulted in another yellow flag.
Oh,
Ernie Brown gets away.
we had a little bit of contact, I believe, that 60 got in that outside wall there on that restart. Oh, and we see Lucas Denziano real slow off of turn 2.
You know, maybe Neff didn't come in for repair, and now he's finding out that car isn't just handling the way he'd like. I didn't catch if he did or not.
It looked like Lucas Denziano just may squeeze him a little bit into that outside wall there, and then again going back into turn 1. But these guys, they got back going again. Wasn't hard contact. I think the 60 is going to be okay, Sean.
Well, the battle up front rages on. Ernie Brown still in control, been in control for all 46 laps of this race so far. John Holcomb hangs on to second. Tron is coming. He has found the rear bumper of John Holcomb. Can't seem to make a move to get around him yet. He's looking. He's looked up top. He's looked low, trying to find the key to this lock. And we're going to see here over the next couple of laps if that battle continues. Lowell Jewell still sitting there pretty comfortable in 4th place, but Vern Bradley pressing the issue right now. He wants to get up to 3rd. Maybe up to... Oh,
contact
Holcomb.
hard!
Yeah, Holcomb gets a little bit of contact there from Nuss from behind.
Nuss is also, he's blown his motor as well. Both of those cars are going to have to come in with significant damage.
Ouch. That hurt. That's going to happen right at the halfway point of the race.
Well, I think the 69 just gets a little loose, and 13 goes into the back, 69 into the wall, and the 13 just gets clipped, and he goes hard into that inside wall as well.
Yeah, Ryan picked the wrong car to follow right there, and like you said, he got just a little bit loose. The car probably got a little tight off, and starts to snap around, and Nuss is right there, no place to go. He's coming into the pit now, going to get that fast repair. I don't think Nuss has had to come in for that yet. Don't remember him getting wrapped up in any of those previous incidents there, James.
No, I believe that he will be using his first fast repair out here tonight, but, these guys, they don't want to have to use it at all, so... But surprisingly, even though we've had a lot of yellows this race, it really hasn't been from, too many boneheaded moves. They've just seemed kind of like racing accidents there. A guy getting loose here, or, a move there that just run out of room, especially at that inside wall down there. Kind of run out of a little more racetrack than you're used to having. So just kind of plagued by yellow fever out here tonight. But the racing really hasn't been overboard. But hey, look who's up there in second. Number 55, Lowell Jewell. Hasn't really competed so much for a win so far this season, but he's been running consistently in the top 5, having a fantastic season, especially compared to last. So let's see if that 55 has anything for that Frankenstein machine up there of Ernie Brown, who Ernie Brown's, again, has not disappointed us. He's been putting on a fantastic show out here tonight, starting up there on point and leading so far till halfway.
Well, I'll tell you what, last Tuesday night in the Copperline Legends, Lowell Jewell was the big winner over there at Irwindale on the Legends track there. And so Lowell, no stranger to victory lane, but I know he'd love to get one here on the modified. Maybe tonight's his night, but man, he's going to have to move Ernie Brown out of the way, who seems to have it just locked down right now. The only driver that's really been able to show any real consistency tonight for staying up in the front. Everybody else has somehow managed to find their way back, and a couple are found their way back up towards the front. But again, Ernie, the only one able to hang on. He's done it from the front. Maybe these single file restarts have helped. The lights are out on that pace car once again. We get ready to restart, James, as they head down the back stretch. Lowell Jewell will restart this race in second place. Vern Bradley still right behind him there in third. And Matt Hoos
back up into fourth.
Yeah, Matt Hoos. That's exactly what I was getting ready to say. Matt Hoos back up to fourth. And the pace car is in. The Outlaw 100 back underway. Ernie Brown. There he goes. Another nice restart for Ernie Brown. Able to get some separation, and that's really what you want on a restart, is able to get some separation for the field, and he does it. But Lowell Jewell was pretty quick to the pedal, didn't give up too much ground to him. Vern Bradley right there. Matt Hoos with a little bit of work to do.
Oh, a little bit caution out on the speedway. I'm not seeing what it was for.
Yeah, it looks like John Holcomb. A little bit of trouble in that Indianapolis Colts machine. Here we go on the replay. Taking an eye on Holcomb. He's down on the inside there.
Oh, and he had
Really?
a little bit of contact too with the 13. Oh, and then he gets into it with the 58 there of Ralph Connor Jr. as well.
Oof. Yeah, that was a hard hit. Hard hit for John Holcomb.
And with that being
And for
his
Ralph Connor
second,
Jr.
that being his second big contact tonight, that will be the end of the 69 here for this race. With that motor being gone.
Yeah, looking on board with Ralph Connor Jr. right now, he takes the brunt of that also and finds his car in pretty bad shape. Not a lot of luck here at the back of the field tonight. Oh, the car just comes back up the track. No place to go. Just gets pinched right into the wall there in a hard stop. Go from about 75, 85 miles an hour to nothing. Well, here we go. Another restart. 58 laps in the books. I would say it's go time right now. Ernie Brown still the leader. Lowell Jewell in second. Vern Bradley third. Matt Hoos fourth. Chris Hensley on your screen. He is up to fifth. Jacob Williams started 18th. He's in this race, James. Not doing a bad job.
Just been real quiet tonight, and that's not what you want on your first night. If you're not going to go and impress the field by going out there, which with the way that they have this set up, had to start at the back, makes that a little bit more difficult. But it's a nice quiet night. He finds himself currently up there in sixth. A good run by the newcomer of Jacob M. Williams there tonight.
Yeah, it's certainly a good way to make your debut with the group. Is to just be consistent, stay out of trouble, and be there to fight at the end. And he's got a chance to do that. And tell you what, the lights are still on the pace car.
Lucas Cinziano will be getting the wave around. He will be joining back here on the lead lap.
That will get him back to the lead. You are correct. So Cinziano, despite early trouble, still on the lead lap. That's going to put 16 cars out of these 18 that started on the lead lap. Kind of hard to believe when you think about the cautions we've had and some of the carnage we've seen that we can still have 16 strong here. Lap 61 will restart on lap 62. The lights are out on the pace car one more time, James. Ernie Brown, still your leader. He's taking them around down the back stretch. Lowell Jewell will get started in second. Again, can he get a better restart? Maybe get an advantage on Ernie? We're about to find out. Vern Bradley going to be right there with a good seat to watch the show. Here we go. The Ford Mustang pace car is in. The Outlaw 100 back underway. Ernie Brown again off to another really good start. Lowell Jewell, pretty good pace right there behind him. They get off into turn two and out clean down the back stretch. James, what do we got going on back here?
We have a mess going on back here right now. It's number 41 of Tim Knotts trying to hold on to the that eighth position, but Ryan Edwards-Kiss is going to make the move down there going into turn one. And back here, we have a lot of guys that were involved in some wrecks earlier on. They're trying to make their way up through the field.
Lowell gets turned around. Vern Bradley. Oh, Lowell, no contact. Lowell does not hit anything, but he gets turned around. Contact behind from Vern Bradley. Tough break for Lowell.
Man, Vern drove it in deep into that turn. I'm sure Lowell's asking where he got all that grip from.
He did get one whale of a run there. Lowell just a little bit up the turn, and man, just a little bit of contact. That's all it took. Chris Wolfson, really the one that took the brunt of that. He had to check up, and as soon as he did, car went around and hard into the inside wall there, and I believe Wolfson's already been wrecked up once or twice, and that might end his night. and that's a tough break. We'll see here in a moment where Wolfson gets back out on track, but we're riding on board with him now, looking out front, and he is just going to have nowhere to go. Again, he's trying to make an evasive move. He's got that car stopped right in front of him, and that sent him around, and that was a hard shot, James.
Yeah, and we're also going to see as Joe Marks has left the server out here, his race will be done out there as well. And yeah, it's been a little bit of a rough evening for a lot of guys here. At least Lil Joel's able to keep it off of the wall. But man, he was having a great run, and you know that he's going to be real disappointed with that one.
Yeah, the banking here really makes contact tough because it just doesn't take much. You got the car working hard in that banking, looking for all the grip it can get, so it's already a tenuous situation, and then you have just a slight bit of contact, and that's really all it takes to put the car around. And again, nothing intentional, just kind of a racing deal like you were talking about a moment ago, James, on that last caution flag. You hate to see them happen, but it's the nature of the beast of the type of racing we're doing here. I mean, this is short track racing on a Saturday night, man, and it's no different than your local short track. Right here in the Outlaw Modified Series, it is realistic, true to life, and this is what you're going to get. But you know what? Listen, we're going to get a chance to restart this race again. We're running out of time. Some of these guys got to get busy if they want to make things up. Ernie Brown's still going to be your leader, though. 33 laps left to go. He's right up on that Ford Mustang pace car. Once again, we get ready to restart. That pace car is back in. Ernie Brown laying off. There he goes. Back on it. Ernie Brown gets a nice shot on Vern Bradley that time.
Tim Knott's going to make an aggressive restart down here. He's not going to be able to pull it off, though, as Rad Never's Kiss shuts the door on him.
Caution's back out. And that's that's Rich Blake in a number 62. He got around, taking a quick entry into the pit there. He's getting off track, but that brought the yellow out. And man, that did not take long, but it looks like Rich got through the turn okay right there. He's got Brian Neff just behind him.
Yeah, so far tonight, Sean, the single file has been kind of inconclusive if it's going to make the restarts a little bit cleaner. As we've seen a lot of contacts here. This track has proved to be pretty one lane here tonight.
Well, we're picking it up on the replay here, trying to take a look and see if there was a little bit of contact there, maybe from Brian Neff. You see Neff there. He's got Rich Blake right in front of him. Oh yeah, there was
some little bit of contact there.
Yeah, that was a fair amount of contact.
Well, that ruins that debate. I think that we have a final answer.
I think if there was any question before, there's certainly not one now. Thank you to our director, Joe Peak, picking up on that one.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. I think that we have our proof.
So, no taking that out of context. Anyway, we'll get back to it here in just a moment. We're going to do it with just over 25 laps to go. Woo! This has been a tough one tonight. They have really torn up some equipment, but hey, thankfully it's here on the iRacing server, and everybody gets to shake hands at the end of the night and go have a little fun and do something else until next week. And hopefully there won't be too many hard feelings out here this evening. But race fans, guess what? I have a feeling you're in for a heck of a finish, because there are some busy customers back there would love to get a win. Ernie Brown would love to hang on and win this race. Can he do it?
Ernie Brown's been doing exactly what he needs to. Being up front, getting great restarts out here, and not allowing anyone to get up there next to him. And he's been in control of this race so far. And again, that Frankenstein machine, he's shown that he has the speed, and he's been real conservative on those tires out there tonight. All these yellows aren't hurting him either. And we see that 8 up there doing very well.
I think I don't think the yellows are bothering him one bit. That has put him in the safe zone all night. But here we go. Down the backstretch. Ernie Brown still there sitting up top. Vern Bradley, tough customer number 1 behind him. Christopher Hensley, tough customer number 2. Matt Hoos, tough customer number 3. Here we go. Ernie Brown takes him around again. And another nice restart. I don't think he's really had a bad one tonight.
Tim Knott, another aggressive restart there, but Ryan Edwards-Kiss is going to shut the door on him again. And then Ryan Edwards is going to make that. This is a continuation of what the last restart was. As this time Ryan Edwards-Kiss is able to make the pass there on the 17, and the 41 is going to follow with them, and it looks like the 26 and Donnie Moore is coming as well.
Here comes Vern Bradley closing the gap on Ernie Brown, looking to the inside. Ernie not as quite good a run out of the turn there as Vern Bradley had. Vern Bradley getting a little aggressive. It's time to go, go, go.
Yeah, with only coming to 23 laps to go this time by, we are definitely running out of time here. And, see him
the race
so
up
close.
front. Oh, it's getting good up front here. A little bit of chrome horn there. Christopher Hensley looking inside. Vern Bradley, they make a little bit of contact. Vern Bradley hangs onto the car. Christopher Hensley charging hard. Ernie Brown, gotta love that little battle behind him, but man, Vern Bradley almost gets Ernie Brown around, and Ernie does a great job of holding on to the car. Vern not giving up. He is digging, baby. On board with Christopher Hensley. He's digging as well. Finding a little bit of comfort there in the middle of the track. Getting a really good run off. But that battle ahead of him is just raging on. Vern digging down there on the bottom.
Yeah, and this has been a crazy race up front, and Ernie Brown has been able to successfully hold on and make sure that he keeps that 14 at bay. And 63 is definitely making it a little bit harder for that 14 to focus as well, and I know that Ernie Brown's probably loving it.
Matt Hoos being the patient one right now. He is just hanging out, holding on to fourth, got no real threat behind, diving it in kind of deep, just up ahead of him. Vern Bradley still making it tough. Hensley looking to the inside, nothing there. Vern Bradley closes the door. Vern looking to the inside of Ernie. Almost makes contact with him. And there's the contact. Ernie Brown is around
no.
Vern Bradley. Vern Bradley takes the lead, but I got to tell you, man, that was pretty aggressive. Woo! Oh, man, Ernie Brown on lap 84 sees his chances at a win right there diminish tremendously. Looking at it from up top, James, it doesn't look good. I don't know.
Yeah, that 14, he tried to make a hole where there wasn't one, and we see that 8 going hard to the outside wall. And his chances for a win are definitely going to be over here tonight.
It might be debatable, James. I mean, the 8 did leave the door open a little bit, man. And, I don't know. That's something I'm sure they'll talk about afterwards. They certainly won't do it during the race. Very classy group of guys here that they won't chat about it during the race. And if you got a beef with somebody, you'll talk about it afterwards. And, if you got a little bit of frustration event, you could do it. But we're looking at the replay here. This is what Hensley saw. Get an idea of what it looked like from his view. And
yeah, he did leave that door open there.
He really kind of did, man,
But, Sean, I think this is a perfect example of Ernie Brown's story. And then we have Vern Bradley's story. And then we have what actually happened. So I think that everyone here is going to disagree on exactly what happened. But the most important thing we need to talk about is that right now that 14 is in the lead. And we have the 63 there behind him when we're going to restart here with around 12 laps to go.
Well, we may see a first-time winner tonight. It's very possible. Now, Matt Hoos is back there lurking. Jacob Williams has found himself all the way up in 4th place. Talk about Christopher Hensley being in 2nd. I mean, he came all the way from 17th to get up here. Your top 5 right now is comprised of guys that started well outside of the top 5, except for Matt Hoos, and who started 8th. But there's your rundown there on screen. Vern Bradley, now your new leader. For the first time tonight, Ernie Brown is not leading this race. Ernie got a lot of work to do. He's going to cycle back to 13th, and not a lot of time to get that done, James. I believe the lights will go out here, and that'll leave us, I think, with 12 laps on the restart. Man, that's a tough place to come from to win a race all the way back in 13th. That's a tough break for Ernie Brown. I really hate it for the guy.
Yeah, and man, you had to hate him. Hate it for that guy. Ernie Brown was doing a great race there, and just leaves that door open. Vern Bradley, you're racing for a win. You had to take that move. So, still, don't take away from what that 8 car did tonight, as we're going to get a restart.
And Vern Bradley's going to get to do it. He kind of backs him up a little bit, then gets on it. Vern Bradley gets a little bit distance there from Chris Hensley, but Hensley is on the move. The real loser there, Matt Hoos, just really fell out of that chase. Now he's starting to pick up a little bit of ground, gets the car back under him. Vern Bradley, though, digging. Cuts it down there inside. Chris Hensley takes it up top, looking for a little momentum off the turn. He's got it. Can he get up to him and make a move? That's a good battle right there. Christopher Hensley's certainly a winner. Won last season a couple of times and looking for a win this season. Can he pull it off? He's going to have to get through Vern Bradley to do it. And Vern leaving the door open just a little bit. Chris going to think about it. Not right this time, but man, he is trying to set him up. Matt Hoos just sitting back there watching, hoping one of these guys makes a mistake. Lap 93 this time by. Not much time left here, race fans.
Tell you what, Donnie Moore is wearing out the new guy, as he's been right on his bumper the last few times there, battling for 5th right now. But Jacob Williams is holding on there and keeping that 26 at bay. I guess no one's told him how fast Donnie Moore has been, because he's not flinching at all.
Talk about not flinching. Vern Bradley not flinching one bit. He did look a little tight right there. I think those tires might be a little angry at him. Christopher Hensley using up as much of the track as he can. Just can't find the answer. Not much time left to get it done. 5 laps to go. Matt Hoos in the picture working on Hensley, maybe trying to work on him a little bit.
Contact. Donnie Moore gets loose. I think he's going to save it, though, as we're going to stay on here this battle, though. Christopher Hensley is focusing there on the number 14. Let's see if he's able to get around.
Yeah, Donnie Moore having... Oh, Christopher Hensley with a little bit of contact there, and Vern Bradley looking for an inside move. Vern Bradley's around.
Oh,
in the wall.
no.
Hensley's up. Matt Hoos takes over the lead. Oh,
Matt Hoos will
man.
win this race. Oh, wow.
The Hoos is loose in Pensacola, baby. Your new leader, Hensley, Vern Bradley get tangled up. Vern goes around, Hensley goes around on the replay. Hey, man, Hensley was trying to make the winning move there. Vern didn't want to give. Of course not. He's leading the race, and yes, sir. That is
got a
little bit of,
underneath the yellow.
Oh, yeah, a little bit of trouble here on the front straight.
I can't tell if that was an accident or not. I think that was an accident. I think that everyone's being a little cordial getting back. Glad that wasn't any retaliation there.
As Hensley got a little mixed up there. Who's that in front of him there? They got mixed up with. It was Donnie Moore. Somehow wound up being turned around there on the caution lap. I think we're trying to pick it up on the replay here to get an idea of what exactly happened.
Okay, can I also just say here too?
He got loose. It looked like Hensley got loose coming off the turn. on the caution, and the car went around. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, listen. We're gonna end this race under caution tonight.
Yeah, but
Unfortunately.
man, look how beat up the back end of that 21 car is too. This was not the guy I'd expect to be seen here in victory lane, but you know what, Matt Hoos, he knows how to get around there, and I think he has no problem going to victory lane tonight underneath these circumstances.
No, and there he is, your winner, Matt Hoos, takes it. Your victor tonight. That is gonna be 3 wins on the season for Matt Hoos. 3-time winner here, season 1, 2016. Brian Neff manages the top 5, but that is certainly going to give Hoos a little bit bigger advantage in the points. And what a run there at the end. Ryan Edwards Kiss gets himself in the picture all of a sudden and winds up with a podium finish. So, again, Matt Hoos, Ryan Edwards Kiss, and newcomer Jacob Williams.
How about that? That's the night you want to have.
Yeah. Just a rock of consistency all night. Manages to come home third. We're going to get to talk to him here shortly. We're going to take a quick break while Matt Hoos burns it down out there.
I love that victory celebration, by the way. He does this all the time.
Yes, sir. So we got a pretty good finish there. Hey, pretty good race here at Five Flags Speedway on a Saturday night. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. We'll go through the rundown and we'll get these guys in, talk to them real quick. James, we'll see you in a few minutes. And we are back. Saturday night short track racing in America. right here on iRacing Live on the Global Sim Racing Channel. The Bootleg Racing League gets us done tonight with the Outlaw 100. Great race here at Five Flags Speedway. Matt Hoos was your big winner. Win number 3 of the season. Our pre-race interview, the Red Ale Machine brings it home. He didn't feel real good about it, but it all worked out in the end. Ryan Edwards Kiss, second place James. Good run for him. Jacob Williams, the newcomer, all the way from 18th. Get on the podium tonight. We're going to talk to him. Third place, Brad Spidle in fourth. Brian Neff comes home with a 5th place finish. Not a bad result. Ryan Nuss, 6th place. Tim Knott in 7th. Lowell Jewell, 8th place. Ernie Brown, tough break for him after leading so many laps. He'll have to settle for 9th. John Holcomb, another one who spent a lot of time up there following Ernie. Tough break for him. He'll have to settle for 10th, James.
Yeah, and Donnie Moore, he's going to lose a lot of points in that championship here tonight. Comes home in 11th. Christopher Hensley's going to be behind him in the 63. Lucas Stenziano comes back there in 13th. Chris Wolfson in 14th. And Vern Bradley, leading late, ends up in 15th tonight. Richard Blake in his second start, not the night he was looking for. He was going to come home in 16th. Joe Marks, involved in another incident in the middle of that race, comes home 17th. And Ralph Connor Jr. will bring home the last place position tonight in 18th.
Well, man, that was quite a race. We do have some people to talk to, though. Our podium is complete and is ready for an interview. We're going to talk to Jacob Williams first, driver of the number 32. Jacob, congratulations. First night driving with the modified guys, and boy, you put in some yeoman's work this evening. Managed to put yourself on the podium.
Yeah, I did. Thanks, Sean. I just kept my head clear, stayed out of traffic, and just drove it through.
You know, and that's what we talked about during the broadcast was really just you managed to stay out of trouble all night. There was plenty to be found, and you just happened to avoid it. Put yourself in the right places at the right time. That had to be quite a show out the windshield there.
I will say some spots were really hairy, but I just kept that gut instinct down, and just luckily I needed brakes, gas, brake, gas, and it got me through, Sean.
Yeah, well, not a bad debut. James and I talked about it. I mean, if you're going to debut with a series, what do you want to establish? You want to establish you're a good driver. You want to stay out of trouble. You don't want to be in the middle of any incidents. You pulled that off, and hey, if you could somehow mix in a win or putting yourself on the podium, I'd be happy with that. Great race for you tonight. We really look forward to seeing you here in the second half of the season. What do you think about your chances next week as we head into Langley?
I think they'll be good. I don't see any issues with Langley. I don't see with any of the tracks come up on the rest of the series. I think it's going to be pretty good. But Ryan got second tonight because I let him have it. So make sure you let him know that, Sean.
All right. We will definitely James will talk to him. Yeah, James will talk to him here in a second.
I'm taking notes.
Yeah, he's taking notes, definitely. Hey, again, great run for you, Jacob. How's the real car coming along? You got that thing together yet?
Yeah, we're almost there. We got some problems with the headers, but we'll get there. And I'm sure to send you guys pictures so you guys have them.
And when's the season kick off for you?
The first weekend of April.
Okay, so you still got some time to go. All right, buddy. Hey, we'll see you next week. Hopefully we'll see you back here for an interview post-race. That's Jacob Williams, driver of the number 32 SK Modified. James has caught up with our second-place finisher, last week's winner. Ryan Edwards Kiss is up and ready to go, James.
I have caught down with the number 20 driver of Ryan Edwards Kiss. Second place here finished tonight, but we also just got out of the interview booth with Jacob Williams there, and he wanted us to let you know, Ryan, that he let you have second tonight. What do you think about that?
Well, that's interesting. Yeah.
Please enlighten us, because it's got pretty good real quick.
Yeah, I just like my restart seemed to be pretty decent tonight, and I just got by him like quite normally. I felt like he's battling, so I don't know anything about that actually.
Well, still a second place finish here for you tonight, and a good points night for you as well. Didn't really gain on that points leader, Matt Hoos, but still, I think you're going to move up into third position now, heading into next week when we head to Langley. Uh, this was a really challenging track tonight. We saw a lot of dive bombs and a lot of people trying to sneak in for these positions, and we saw a lot of contact out here. First off, I know that you were involved in a little bit of trouble earlier, but able to get back up in the second. Kind of take us through your night here.
When I first got in the session, just the practice, the track was terrible. I think my best was 15th for position. And when I started the race, I started 10th. Not bad. I made contact with Matt Hoos, unfortunately, but that was just a racing deal. We were just discussing it. And, just consistent. The restarts, in a way, kind of helped me because it seemed like I could usually get by a car or two on the restarts, and I was just consistent. Unfortunately, that wreck did push me back, though. Maybe if I wasn't involved in that wreck, I could have contended for the win, but I'll still take second.
Well, we do head off to Langley next week as well. How do you feel about that? And you're starting to develop another championship season here. What do we have to look forward to next weekend and then afterwards?
Unfortunately, I won't be racing next weekend, but for the races in the future, I'll definitely be just keep practicing prior and hope for the best.
That's always a disappointment, but that's the realization here with sim racing is that sometimes you just can't make that next race. So good luck with whatever you're doing next week, and we'll see you for the week after that. But Ryan Edwards-Kiss, you had a great run tonight, and you left on a good note to try and still contend for this championship. And if you keep running the way that you've been doing, I think you still have a chance to sneak in there at the end of the season. Ryan, enjoy your off week next week, and then we'll see you a little bit later.
Thanks, James. You guys too.
That was Ryan Edwards-Kiss in number 20. But Sean, we've talked to this guy a decent amount. We talked to him earlier. We talked to him a couple times so far this season. If you guys are sick of the number 21 of Matt Hoos yet, well, tough cookie because he's back in here again, and Sean Ambrose has caught up with him.
As I always say, just pull a number and take a spot in the line to the left. Right there, Matt. Congratulations, another win for you tonight. Win number 3 on the season. Man, I don't know if that car is going to pass tech. I don't think it's going to fit the template. In fact, I think it's going to be a little short there, buddy.
Yeah, it definitely have seen better days. Yeah, that was a pretty rough race with whatever happened there in the first lap or the second lap there with me and Ryan. I just tried closing the gap or filling that little hole that was there, but didn't work out. And thought it was all over. Restarting in 17th. I have just a lot of luck involved tonight, but I'll take them as I get them, I guess.
Well, I wanted to give Jacob Williams the hard charger of the race award, but I got to be honest, you restarted in 17th, and not only did you get back to the podium for a finish, you won the whole thing. So and pick up your 3rd win of the season, and now start to get a little bit of breathing room there in the points. Not the best night for Neff. He had his trouble. He does get a top 5, but you get the win, and that's a big difference. Congratulations again to you, sir.
Oh, thanks. Congrats on Neff getting the top 5, coming back up that far, keeping the points close, keeping the pressure on, and we just, once I got to 3rd, I was kind of just hanging around watching where Neff was at, and I wasn't really going to push it with Chris and them guys because I didn't want them to get together in front of me, cause some issue, and take me out of points or whatever. So I just kind of hung back, and they did what I was kind of thinking.
What'd you think about the single file restarts tonight?
Well, single file, we've used it before, and it has worked. Just these bigger tracks, I don't care if we use double file or single file, these bigger tracks just always seem to be an issue with cautions. But I think the single file worked. It served its purpose. on the starts and the restarts. I think it's just going to take a little bit of getting used to, but I think it will be better as far as cutting down a few cautions a race.
Well, next week we make the turn, the halfway point of the season. Head into Langley. You are the championship leader. Do you see win number 4 in your future at Langley next week?
Man, I don't know. I really love that track, believe it or not. I just love that small bull ring, but having to start in 10th is definitely going to be difficult because it is a very hard track to pass on. And I'll be starting outside, so that's even going to be worse. But just try to trudge through it and just keep plucking away at top 5s if I can.
Well, and if you can continue to do that, then this will be your championship to lose, sir. And another great performance by you tonight. The Reds Ale SK Modified comes home strong. The victor, congratulations. Have a great week. We'll see you at Langley next week, sir. Thanks again.
Hey, thanks again, and Sean, James, Joe, you guys do a good job. Thanks for all that coverage also.
All right. Well, that was Matt Hoos, driver of the number 21 Reds LSK Modified. Does it again. Takes win number 3 this season here at Five Flags Speedway tonight. What a race. The Outlaw 100 proves to be a good one, and it gets us a great victory for Matt Hoos and Ryan Edwards-Kiss really making up some ground tonight, and a really good run for Jacob Williams. And, you know, I don't want to overlook what Brad Speidel did either. He came from 5th and manages to finish 4th tonight. So lots of guys working hard and getting a decent finish amidst all the chaos, James. But chaos, yes, there was some, but racing, there was plenty.
A lot of really good racing out here tonight, even with all the yellows out here. Five Flags is a very interesting racetrack, and we saw a lot of action out here tonight. And how many times did we see the leader end up in that outside wall and not go into victory lane here, as Matt Hoos is going to sneak one away. Definitely action-packed out here tonight.
Well, James, lots to talk about here before we can wrap it up. I just want to remind everybody here of what the Outlaw or the Bootleg Racing League has going on. Plenty every week. The Copper Line Legend Series every Tuesday night, 7:20 Eastern Standard Time. They go green. White Lightning Limited Late Model Series, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. They run 100 laps. They will be at Langley this coming Tuesday. Then we'll be back here next Saturday night. The Whiskey Run Truck Series starts at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. 50 laps the trucks run. You can watch them on iRacing, viewing one of their sessions. Crooked Still Late Model Series. They run at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. They run 100 laps. And then we end the night with the Crown Jewel, the Outlaw Modified Series, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. They go green. We start at 9:15 Eastern Standard Time. Plenty of people to thank tonight. Post-race here, we'll talk about our streaming equipment, iRacing.com, XSplit, Audio Technica Corporation, Aver Media USA. Big thanks to Dougie Beard again for bringing us these wonderful camera sets that you see every Saturday night. Music brought to us by Eric Ekholm. You can find him at ericekholm.com. You can stay up to date with the Global Sim Racing Channel at globalsimracingchannel.com. On Twitter at GSR Channel, and Facebook, Global Sim Racing Channel. You can hit us up there. You want more information about the Bootleg Racing League, you can find them on Facebook also, Bootleg Racing League, and also at bootlegracingleague.com. Every week, Chris Wolfson does race recaps. You can find those at iRacing News and on pitroad.com. Next week, James, we head back to Langley Speedway Saturday night, February 20th. Thank you so much, James. Great show tonight. We'll see you at Langley next week, 9:15 Eastern Standard Time. Folks, thanks for coming in and joining us this evening. Have a great week. Until next time, race clean, race hard, and I'll see you on the track.